Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a shop my stash. We're going to go ahead and go through the products that are in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably take pretty much everything out, and then we'll go ahead and shop my stash for new items to use. I'm going to pick some of the new makeup into my collection, and then we'll pick some older products. If you're interested, then please keep on watching. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it while you watch it. Now let's get into it. We'll get started with powders. The powders that I've had in here recently, or I don't know, 3 weeks, maybe it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder in the shade 2. I do really like this guy as a finishing powder. It's again one of my favorites. I've made a pretty good dent in it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Nikia Joy Cosmetics, the Velvet Finishing Powder. This was pretty amazing to use under the eye as well as to set the whole face. It was really good. I did really like it. I'm glad I finally picked it up. This is a primer, and I'm trying to finish this guy this year or make a dent into it. The other powder I had in here is the Besame Brightening Vanilla Powder. They call it translucent, but it's actually kind of like yellow shade. I do really like this guy as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. For concealer, what? For bronzer, I had the Gucci bronzing powder, and this is the shade 03. Oh, this was so beautiful, you guys. Every time I open it, I'm like, oh, you're stunning. It smells pretty good too. It smells kind of floral. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out as well. I'm telling you, I'm pulling out pretty much everything because I finally finished my inventory, and if I don't pull out everything or shop my stash every 2 weeks, or I should be doing it every week, there's no way in hell I can get through all of my products in 1 year. Milani Baked Bronzer, and this is the shade 04 Glow. I wasn't sure how I feel about this. I thought I was gonna maybe pass it on to my niece, but I did really enjoy it. It looked beautiful on my skin. Gave it that healthy glow. I'm gonna hold on to that guy. MAC Aladdin Collection. This is Your Wish Is My Command. It looked really beautiful, especially my tan completely faded. It was a self tanner. I need to do it again, but it looked really beautiful when I had that really nice tan going. I haven't used it since my tan is gone. Let's see, is that it for, I think that's it for bronzers. Let's do highlights, I guess. Physicians Formula Natural Nude Highlight, and this is just like nude. Again, this is a really beautiful product. I've had it in my collection for a while, and every time I pull it in, I really enjoy it. I like the formula of the highlights. I like that you can customize what shades to use. I do really like it. I put this in here so I can use it up, and I kind of forgot that it was in here, so we'll keep it in here. More highlights, the Dior palette. This is the shade 001 Universal. Again, this is so beautiful. I dipped into these 3 shades. This one, I didn't get any use out of it, but it's okay. I do like the other ones. I did have Gilded Honey by Laura Geller. Oh, this is so pretty. It's like absolutely beautiful. Again, this looked really better on me when I was a little bit tan and I used a little bit darker foundation. But it's a really beautiful highlight, and there's a reason why it's a cult favorite, or it was a cult favorite. I do have more highlights in here. I do have the highlighter palette. This is by Flower Beauty. I know it says shimmer and strobe, and everybody I used to watch who really enjoyed this palette was like, oh, it's blinding. But then I dipped into it and I was like, holy moly, that's really strobing. It's beautiful. The formula is really beautiful. I need to just get rid of that thing in there. Like highlighter, that's it. Let's do blushes, and then we'll do those duos. I had a blush palette in here. I had the Hourglass. This is the Ghost Ambient Lighting Blush Quad, the Ghost palette. I think I mixed pretty much I mixed those 2 shades. I know I used this one. Maybe this is the only one I didn't use. I really like it. I do love the Hourglass formula. It's so like natural looking, very subtle on the skin. You're not gonna get like a bam unless like you really you know, intensify it. But it's going back to my collection. This Persona blush, I don't know why it took me so long to pick it up. I really enjoyed it. I really like the color. I really like the formula. No complaints other than I wish I got it earlier. And this is the shade Georgia. The other blush in here is by Becca, and this is the mineral blush in the shade Songbird. It looks pretty crazy, but it really is not. And it's so like, it's a natural looking blush, kind of like you would naturally get that kind of blushiness to your face. This guy is pretty intense, so I definitely have to go, when I use it, I have to go light-handed, otherwise I'm having like really intense cheeks. The duos that I had in here from e.l.f., oh my god, I loved both of them. This is the shade White Peach. When I swatched it, I was like, oh my god, I think it's gonna be so ugly. But it looked so pretty on the skin. The highlight looked really pretty too. The blush itself was really beautiful. And the same with this guy. This is the shade Guava. The blush is a little bit more on the pinky side for my liking, but the highlights in here kind of reminded me of Becca Opal. I don't currently have it. I've panned the ones that I had, but it looks really pretty on the skin. Like really, as soon as I put it on, I was like, kind of looks like Becca Opal, but I could be totally wrong. It's been a while since I used Becca, the shade Opal. And I did have a face palette in here. I had the Becca Chloe Malika. This is one of my favorite. Well, I do love face palettes, but this one is definitely one of my favorites. I do like the bronzer in here a lot. I do like the blush topper, and the highlight. Everything in here I do really like, and I can use every single shade in here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Let's talk about, the eyeliners that I had in here. I pulled these in last time. 2 eyeliners, and a brow pencil. I don't know if I pulled the brow pencil last time, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep the brow pencil in here. I did really enjoy it, and this is by Real Her. This is the Definer brow pencil in I Am Strong. I'm trying to finish the ABH brow pencil, but kind of need to switch it up every once in a while. The Melt Cosmetics, I have 2 eyeliners in here. One is in the shade Columbia and one is in the shade Lamia. I think Lamia is the only one is the one that I didn't use. This I definitely used. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy out, and I'm gonna keep that in. I pulled this guy in when I was doing my inventory. I'm so close to finishing the eyeliner part, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and finish it. On this side, it has like a loose shadow kind of thing, highlighting shadow. I don't know if I'll actually finish that guy up. Once I finish the eyeliner, like literally that's it for the eyeliner, maybe 1 use. Once I finish the eyeliner, I think I'll probably call this an empty, but it's in here until I finish that eyeliner. For concealers, I have 3 in here. I had the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. The formula of this guy was pretty nice. The only thing that I felt, it was kind of like a little bit darker. Again, like as soon as I lost my tan, it was a little bit hard to use pretty much all of the stuff that was in here because I pulled them in for my really tan skin. But it kind of faded really ugly this time, and I wanted it all gone before I reapply. Anyway, the times that I used this guy, it was pretty nice, and I really enjoyed the formula. It blended pretty well. I can't remember if what the creasing situation was, because I always set under my eye. I say like I couldn't use many of the products that are in here after I lost my tan, but I do have quite a few concealers and foundations that I'm trying to finish this year. So if I can't use what I pull, I always use the other ones. You know, they stay on my table. I don't show them often, but I'm like trying to finish those guys. I'm trying to finish these guys this year, so I will end up reaching for something else if I can't use what I have here. Mainly like, again, panning products. Okay, the other concealer was the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I do really like this guy. It's very full coverage. A little bit goes a very long way. Definitely need to set it, but it's so emollient and it covers really well. I'm going to go ahead and pull it back out. And the Stellar Concealer, again, this was really beautiful. I did use it the day that I used the foundation, the Stellar Foundation. And it wasn't as, like for some reason when I first picked it up, I thought it was too dark on me, but it really wasn't. It was kind of like a good medium. Like when I'm not super tan, I can wear it, but if I'm extra tan, I couldn't wear it, kind of thing. But the concealer for it leans more on the yellow tone. The the foundation is a little bit on the pinky side, but the concealer is a little bit on the yellow, so it was really brightening and looked really beautiful. I'm gonna pull both of those out. And then the other two foundations I had in here is one is by IT Cosmetics. This is the Your Skin But Better foundation and skincare. This really impressed me. It had kind of like a satiny finish. Like I think somewhere here it says radiant. I found that it was maybe illuminating more than radiant, and the longevity of this guy was pretty well. Like I enjoyed it, and I applied that with a brush. And then the other foundation in here is by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade 6 Warm. I wore this guy on, like, I think it was 110 degrees one day. It looked so good. It lasted all day long. It's definitely like a stay there foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. I had the two primers that I had in here. I had the Smashbox, the Mindful 5. Oh my god, I loved this guy. I really liked it. I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed it. It just sat on my skin so well. It kind of gave me that kind of glass skin. It worked really well under my foundations. Any of the foundations I used, it worked really well. The Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, I used this guy kind of instead of my moisturizer. I did use this guy just because I didn't want to wear a thick moisturizer and then a thick base. So I used it as a moisturizer, and then I used this guy on top of it. I had really good skin days. The setting sprays, I do have the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. I don't know what I think about it. It has kind of like a scent when I spray it. It's very fine mist, like the mister is super fine. Oh, okay, it says green tea, cucumber, and aloe. Because when I sprayed it, I was like, what's that smell? The longevity of the makeup, some days I haven't been wearing makeup for more than 4 hours. Some days I haven't been wearing makeup at all. So it was, you know, it worked. For eyeshadow palettes, I had the Norvina by ABH. Really pretty eyeshadow palette. I have no complaints about it. Really enjoyed it. I don't have any complaints about any of those eyeshadow palettes that I had in here. The other one I had in here was the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I did create another look using those two, which is like, I don't usually wear those kind of shades, but when I pull this palette, I'm like, I have to use those shades. Oh, this guy is so pretty. This is absolutely beautiful. I think I've reached into every single shade this time. These shades I did use like my finger to apply. I do really like this palette, and I'm happy with it. And then the last palette that I had in here is She's in Parties by Melt Cosmetics. I think I only used it 2 times, unfortunately, but both times I used it, I really liked it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it back into my collection. I think this is it. This is everything that's in here. Oh, the lip products. We're kind of towards the end of August, so all the August lippies that were in here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out. These were not for August. This one was part of the August. This is the only one I haven't used from August. I do have my lip products picked out for the month of September, so I'm gonna do swatches of those at the end of the video, but these are gonna stay because, did I use them? I think I only used like this guy. I did use the Persona, but I'm just gonna keep them in here, just get some more use out of them, and then I'll show you the lip products that I pulled in for next month. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything that's on the table away, and then we're gonna go ahead and shop my stash. I told you guys that I was gonna do like a spreadsheet of all of my eyeshadow palettes. So the way that I figured I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna roll randomly 2 eyeshadow palettes from that spreadsheet, and then I get to pick a 3rd palette, so I'll always have 3 eyeshadow palettes. I already rolled for those eyeshadow palettes, so I know what they're gonna be, but I'll pick them out. I'll show them to you, of course. Okay, let's go ahead and shop my stash for other products. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pick out some new products to use. I think what I'm gonna start with the top drawer. I think I'm gonna pull in those 2 little sample things because I don't think I've used either of them. Or I used one of these long time ago. Anyway, I'm gonna pull these 2 in. One is by Pure Lease, and this is the Perfect Glow BB Cream. The shade is light medium. And then this guy is Bayensa, and this is, it says BC foundation, BB and CC cream, full coverage foundation. So I don't know how it could be a full coverage foundation, but this is in the shade light neutral, SPF 40. I'm gonna pull both of these in because again, I haven't used them before, and they came in Ipsy bags a while ago, so we gotta go ahead and get on it. I thought I was gonna go ahead and pull in the Smith & Colt foundation, but I don't know if it's too dark now. Oh no, might be a good color match. Let's go ahead and do it. Smith & Colt, the Veiled Thread Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. This is still on sale at Ulta. I have the shade 220 neutral. It's still for like $10, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull the concealer with it. The Canceled Light Diffusing V Concealer. From here, I'm definitely gonna pull in this Milani highlighter palette because now's the time to use colors like this and see what I think about it. I'm definitely gonna pull in this eyeshadow palette, and this is my choice. this go around with eyeshadow palettes. This is the Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. This was one of my birthday presents from my husband, so I'm gonna bring this guy in. Let's see, all my September lippies are in here, so let's go ahead and bring that in. Okay, making a dent here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try, I'm gonna try one of these nude sticks, like actual sticks. I'm gonna bring in the blush, Sweet Peach Peony. I'm gonna pull this in, and should we do the Patrick Ta? This again was a gift from my husband for my birthday, and I picked up the She's So LA. This is the duo, the cream and the powder. So I think I'll pull this in too. Okay, so these. Let's see. I guess we might as well do this primer since we have Smith & Colt foundation and concealer. This is the mattifying face primer Black Drop by Smith & Colt, so I'm gonna pull that in. I think that's probably it. I know that's it from here. Was there anything in here that I wanted? I don't think so. Though I kind of really want to try this Buxom bronzer. Maybe I should do this guy too. Let's do this Buxom bronzer. Okay, let's go ahead and get a setting spray. For setting sprays, I know I really like this one, and maybe I have 1 or 2 uses left in that Urban Decay All Nighter Honey. So I think I'm gonna pull this in, just the one. Okay, let's get a couple more primers. I think for primers, I'm gonna go ahead and pull in, let's do this one, the Smashbox Primerizer. I do like it. And I did my inventory and I found out I have 3 of these. So let's do this one. And I think, have I used this guy before? Keep Me Matte Catrice Primer. It's open. Let's try it because it might be a good one to use under all the BBs and CC cream stuff so they don't dissolve off my face. So I'm gonna pull this guy in. Now let me show you the 2 eyeshadow palettes that were randomly selected for me to use this time around. Okay, so like I said, I did the inventory and then I rolled for random eyeshadow palettes. It was basically so I can get use of eyeshadow palettes that I don't normally choose myself. And it's pretty funny because these 2 I totally would have chosen myself. The Naked Heat, I've been wanting to pull this guy in for a while, so I was pretty happy when I randomly selected this one. And then the other one is another palette that I do really like. I haven't gotten that much use out of it. This is the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. Again, it's still in its box. I got this around Christmas time and I really haven't used it much, so I'm pretty happy to have these 2. And then with the one from Charlotte Tilbury, I think I'm pretty good. I have pretty good variety. I got the, well, I'm pretty good with my choice or my pick. Now let's go ahead and pull in, I don't want to pull in another foundation because I technically have 3, but I do want to get a couple more concealers. Let's do that. Okay, you guys, for concealers, let's see. I think I want to do this Milani. I'm thinking about like, okay, lighter concealers that are not too dark on me right now. This is pretty deep, that pomegranate one. This I just had in color correcting. I don't know if I need, oh, let's do, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I pulled this guy in, the ColourPop. ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and this is the shade Light 16. I think I'm gonna do these two. This should be a really good match now. Well, both of them should be for how light I am. So I'm gonna pull these two in. So that gives me 3 concealers. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good. Let's do powder. Okay, I haven't picked any powders yet, so we're just gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do it. It's been in here for ages and I never reach for it. I'm gonna pull in the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, and this is the translucent extra coverage. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna go ahead with that guy. God, I can already smell it without before like I even pull it in. The other powder that I think I'm gonna pull in, let's see, I think I'm really close on this one, the Rimmel Stay Matte. Which one am I really close on? This one. Oh no, I'm not really close on this one. I know I like the Stay Matte one though. I'm gonna try this. Let's bring this guy in. The Rimmel Match Perfection Silky Loose Face Powder, and it's in the shade Translucent as well. I do want a pressed powder. Wait, I don't want to pull in a pressed powder because it's taken me way too long to finish that pressed powder that I have in my project pan. Yeah, it's under the eye pressed powder and I'm so close with it. I just need to finish it. But for finishing powder, I'm going to go ahead and try this guy again as a finishing powder. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, but this is the glow one. I remember enjoying it as a finishing powder. So let's give it another shot, see what I think about it. Okay, do you guys want to take a look at my newly decluttered and organized single shadow drawer? Maybe we can pick something from there. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, I decluttered and reorganized, and I have way too many single shadow things. I kind of want to pull in one item. I don't know how to start going through these. Like, do I want to pull in one every time? Do I want to randomly select one every time? I know these usually I reach for these here. So I kind of don't want to pull from these. Yeah, that's it. Those are the ones I reach for the most. Maybe these as well. I think let's do a single one. Let's try this one. The Marsk Sydney London. This is the shade Mud Cake. I probably threw away 40 or 50 single shadows, and these are the ones I decided to keep. I didn't want to film that declutter because some of them were too old and I did not want to be judged. Some of these are still really old, but it's my collection. I'm the only one who touches the stuff, so I'm fine with it being old. But let's do this guy. Okay, do I want to do a face palette? Of course I do. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so for face palettes, maybe this should be also like a thing that I randomly roll for, so I don't end up picking the same things. Let's see, one that I kind of remembered when I did my inventory and I'm like, okay, I hardly ever use this guy, and I don't know why, because I really like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it in. This is the Lorac Shine Bright Color Source and Light Source Cheek Palette. 4 blushes, 2 highlights. I'm gonna bring it in. Let's do it. 4 bronzers. Woo! Let me show you what I did, you guys. These were in like a random palette, so now they're in here. Bronzers. Whoa, I think I'm gonna do the Sunkissed Bronzer by Makeup Geek. This is pretty light on me, light shade. So I think it will be a good choice. And let's see, let's do, how about we do, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull in, I'm gonna do this one. Because I have a feeling I had it recently in my stash, but I don't remember if I liked it, if I hated it. So I'm gonna pull it in. For blush, I think I'm going to, let's see. Okay, I was like, do I even like this thing? I kept this whole thing for this blush. It's like a plummy, really pretty blush. So I need to pull it. I need to play with it, see what I think about it. I tried to depot it because I only want the blush from this little trio, and I cracked it, so I gave up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it in. If I do really like it, I think I'm gonna try to repot, like depot it, and try put it in like that blush little palette that I have. If it breaks, I will repress it into a different pan. So we'll see. I'm gonna pull it in because I don't know what I think about it. And I pulled in quite a few blushes, so I'm only gonna go with one more. And I think I'm gonna do this one. I don't remember the last time I used this. Like ages and ages ago. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this guy in. It's kind of like, you know, a lot of things kind of stood out to me when I was, you know, typing it all up. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this guy in. I think that's it for blushes because, again, I do have that Lorac palette, and I pulled in, you know, other blushes. So that's good for now. I didn't put these two away, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them back in here. Okay, let's do highlights. Okie dokie, for highlighters, I'm gonna start with a cream one because let me show you what I have over here. 3 MAC Strobe creams, and all in the shade Pink Light. So we're gonna pull in one, and then I'm gonna have to put a dot on it to know that that's the open one. We pulled in one palette, the one from Milani. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go for, I kind of want to do one of the Bobbi Browns. I kind of wanted to do it last time I shopped my stash, but I didn't. Should I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I wanted to pull it in last time, and I know I edited it out, but I went on a big ramble on how much I spent on this guy when the size is pretty small, and then it went on big sale after the holidays. I'm gonna pull it in. Bobbi Brown, pull it in. So that gives me, I do have some highlights in that Lorac palette. I think I want to do one more option. Just, you know, just because I want to. And my last option, oh, I'm gonna do this guy, this little bitty loose one. This is Artist Couture, and the shade is Yes. It's so pretty. It was at my like at work makeup little baggie, and I'm not going to work, so I went and picked it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this guy in. Okay, I'm gonna put everything back into the drawers, and then I'll do swatches, and I'll show you the lippies for the month of September. Okay, so I went ahead and put everything in here. We'll go through it real quick and we'll do swatches. Powders, Coty Airspun, Rimmel, and this is the one, the Laura Mercier, the Glow, Translucent Glow. I think it'll be good as a finishing powder. I don't think it's super glowy where I have to use it as a highlight, but I could be totally wrong. So there's that. For bronzers, again, I only have the 2 bronzers and the bronze palette. So let's do swatches. This is the Buxom Staycation Vibes Rooftop Tan Bronzer. Pretty. Oh, it felt really creamy too. The Makeup Geek bronzer in the shade Sun-Kissed Bronzer. I think this is, again, a lighter shade on me now. Yeah, it's definitely a lighter shade. And the last kind of like bronzery thing we have is this guy by Physicians Formula, the contour palette. So it has the highlighting shade, contour shade, and a bronzer shade. Oh, it's so great. The contour shade in here is really great, but we'll see how that's gonna go. There is that. Let's do blushes. I do have the Patrick Ta. It's like, I'm like, how do I open this guy? This guy, I already touched it, but this is She's So LA, so it's a cream and a powder, but it's definitely like a blush bronzer kind of combo. There it is right there. I guess I didn't use too much of that cream product, but there's that. I do have the other blush stick, and this is by Nude Sticks. I do really like those, and this is Sweet Peach Peony. Oh, that's such a pretty color. I'm so excited to wear this guy. What other blushes do I have? I have those 2 other blushes. Oh my god, I have a lot of blushes because I also have the palette by Lorac. Here's that Clinique blush. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful, but I hate how little this little thing is. So there's that. And then here's Love Flush by Too Faced. Again, I honestly do not remember the last time I reached for this guy. And this is in Love Hangover. That's an intense blush, guys. Whew. And I have a glowy cheeks. Let's do the highlighters, and then we'll do the Lorac palette. For highlighters, I have the Bobbi Brown, this is the shade Golden Hour. I do like it. I'm just always the sucker for the Bobbi Brown products, the holiday ones, and then they go on sale. Like, I need to learn my lesson, just stop buying them at full price. This is that loose highlighter by Artist Couture, and the shade is Yes. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. So pretty. The other highlighter I have is the MAC Strobe Cream in Pink Light. This is kind of like an all-over face. For me, I use it kind of like an all-over face illuminator before I apply my foundation. It's really pretty. I've used a couple of these previously. I don't know if I've used the Pink Light previously or not. I think I've used the yellow, the Gold Light. And those are, we'll talk about these in a minute. Here's the Milani palette. I haven't used this guy before, so I know a lot of people rave about the formula of this one, not this specific one. They have those shades, and then they have like the more wearable shades, but at home, ooh, yeah, those are intense, man. My gosh. Okay. And then let me do the swatches of the Lorac palette real quick. Okay, we got 4 blushes. I have way too many blush options this time. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to use all of them. The formula of these is really nice, and they're just kind of like getting ready for fall. These, especially those 2 shades, which, hey, I'm ready for. I'm ready for this weather to stop being so crappy and so hot. And then the 2 highlights in here, again, the formula of these highlights is really beautiful. Oh my god, those are so pretty. I do really like this palette a lot, and it's been a long time since I pulled it in. Let's see what's next. I didn't really pull in any mascaras or anything else here. For concealers, I pulled in 3, and I didn't realize how deep this guy is, the Smith and Cult one, but that's pretty dark. This is the shade 200 neutral. 200 neutral, ColourPop. No Filter Concealer, and Milani Conceal and Perfect. Hopefully this guy works. For foundation, again, I do have the Yensa BC Foundation Light and Neutral and Pure Lease Perfect Glow BB Cream in light medium. Have those, and the Smith & Cult Veil Threat Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation is in here. For primers, I have the 3 and then the one that I'm trying to get more use out of. I have Prime and Fine by Catrice Keep Me Matte. I have Smashbox Primerizer. I do love this guy. And I do have the Smith & Cult Black Drop Mattifying Face Primer. I can't wait to see what I think of this one. It was on my wish list for quite some time. That single shadow, I'm going to go ahead and do a swatch for you because this is so pretty. And what is it? Mud Cake? Mud something? The name of it? Mudslide. This is really pretty. It's like a duochrome. It's so beautiful. I really like shades like that. It's probably came in like an Ipsy or something like that. Now let's do some eyeshadow palette swatches. Okay, so I have 3 palettes in here. Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. I already used this guy. I used it for my son's birthday. I couldn't. I had to. You know, it was like, yeah, anyway, I had to. So you have the day shades, you have the desk, you have the date, and the dream. I use the date shades. I do want to swatch the dream. Ooh, pretty. Feels really nice. This is not a new palette by any means. It's been out for a little while, and when it came out, I definitely really wanted it, but I was like, okay, I've tried the Charlotte Tilbury formula before. I wasn't the biggest fan, but for my birthday, I was like, okay, we'll go ahead and pick it up. It's really pretty. I'm looking forward to using this one. I think I'll probably I'm not gonna stick to like the 3 colors when I create a look. I'll probably do more mixing. So there's that guy. I do have the Urban Decay Naked Heat. I do really like this one. I had some accidents previously and I sanitized it, of course. So I think those 2 shades are probably, no, they're still pretty creamy. I'm gonna do a couple swatches here. I really like this palette. Again, they need some building up, some working with. Again, swatches are not the whole story, as you already know. So there's that one, and then the last palette that I have is the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I feel like I've been talking for quite some time. Hopefully this video is not as long as my usual Shop My Stashes, because I find that not a lot of people stick to the end, but okay. Oh, I've barely dipped into these shades, you guys. So I'm looking forward to swatching some. Here we go. Let's do a couple swatches. Really pretty. Oh my goodness, that's a yellow. That berry one did not do so good. Let's try it again. Here we go. I do like the Natasha Denona formula. I've never had any complaints with any of the palettes I have from her. Yeah. So I think I would like this one too. Let's see. I want to swatch this guy. I think I already... Oh, my fingers. That was a bad idea. Let's swatch this one. And let's do this guy. Why not? Oh yeah, my finger was wet for this guy, but it's okay. They're so pretty. Her shimmers are just so beautiful. I think this was the first palette of hers that came out and I wanted it. Like, I wanted it badly. And I did not buy it until I picked it up for Black Friday last year. And I don't know why, but here we go. Here it is. Now, the only thing remaining is the lip swatches. So let me go ahead and do the lip swatches. and I will come back and I'll show you the lip products. Okay, you guys, I went ahead and swatched the lip products, so let me talk about them and I'll show you what they are. The first one over here is by IT Cosmetics, and this is the shade Humble, and it's matte formula. This is like the pillow something. I recently picked this up during National Lipstick Day. Right next to it is by Urban Decay, and this is the shade Back Talk, and this is a comfort matte. Right next to it is this really bright color. This is Rimmel London. This is the shade Dashing Raspberry. I'm actually looking forward to using this one before the weather changes. Over here is by Laka Cloud Paint, and this is the shade Sun Shower. Laka, I think. I know my friend Kina corrected me once, but I don't remember how to say it. Tristique is over here, and this is the shade Florence Fig. This is actually, I've panned this product before. I do really like it. This one over here, and beautiful shade. On this side is Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink, and this is the shade Dancer. This is definitely staying there, not budging, not going anywhere kind of lipstick. Over here is by Pretty Vulgar, and this is My Lips Are Sealed. I don't know how I feel about this guy. It's kind of like too metallic, but we'll have to wear it and see what I think about it. Over here is by Giorgio Armani, and this is like the Maestro lipstick, and the shade is 400. So pretty. This came in like a Sephora Luxe box that I purchased a while ago. Over here is Larizzi Cosmetics, and this is the shade Curve. It's a lip gloss. It's a pretty comfortable lip gloss. I just hate that I have to dip into the gloss multiple times to get any color payoff. This lip gloss over here is this little tiny buxom lip gloss, and this is the shade Celeste. Yeah, I do really like this shade. And over here it's another lip gloss that I do really like a lot, and this is the Seraphine Botanicals Berry and Juice Vegan Lip Gel. I do like this guy a lot. So here are those lippies. Those are for the month of September. Let me go ahead and re-swatch these ones for you, because these were, I pulled them in. I shopped my stash for them last month. This is Lipstick Queen Convertible, Red Convertible? What's the shade name? Little Red Convertible. It's so pretty. Look how shiny that color is. Let's do, this guy is for the month of August. Lippy's for the month of August, but we'll do a swatch because it's still in here. This is by LA Girl, and this is the shade Gossip. I do really like this guy. This is the matte flat velvet lipstick. Here's that. The lip gloss by Persona Cosmetics. This is the shade Coral. This is so beautiful on my skin tone. Like when I wore it, it didn't look like orangey like this. It looked really beautiful on my skin tone. So there's that over here. And then the last lip gloss in here is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and this is the shade Petal. Oh, this is really beautiful. There it is there. It smells really good too. And there's the lip mask by Flower Beauty. It's like, yeah, it's a lip mask, right? Yeah, lip mask. There you go. There you have it. These are all the products that I will be using for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks possibly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you did, give it a thumbs up. If you saw something that you're like, oh, talk about this or show me this next time or pull this in, let me know in the comments below. And please subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.